You ever get angry, upset, frustrated? Man, I blew it the other day. And bad thing about it is I've been through things like this before, and you'd think by this time that I'm now 80 years old, I would have learned my lesson. But I had to learn it all over again. I was in a deal and everything seemed to be going wrong. Nobody cooperated. What was written down didn't mean anything. The federal government, they intervened and they had the last say when they didn't have any say. And anyway, there was a multiplicity of people that were making this thing work, and it didn't seem like anything was working. So I went into a rant. I'm talking to the air. I'm not talking to God. I just went into a rant. And I had somebody that I actually ranted to, and I'm going, okay, I shouldn't have laid that on them. I said, that's all right. I'll be a cushion for all that. I said, no, that's not all right. I should not have done it. I know better. I'm old enough to know better. So that night I was laying my head on the pillow, and I started praying. I said, God, this thing isn't going right, and I don't know why I'm coming to you last. I should have prayed first, and everything probably would have been different. And I said, would you help me with this? I no sooner got that out of my mouth and the Lord spoke to me. It's clear as a bell. He said, I got this. I went, what? And so I laid my head back down on my pillow and tried to sleep. And that thing had come back up, and I'd feel like I was trying to rant inside. And went, stop. God just told me he's got this. And I had to do that 4 or 5 times. And finally I went, God's got this. And I laid my head down and went to sleep. Got up the next morning. That wanted to come back on me again, and I wanted to go back into a rant, and I went, stop. God told me last night he's got this, and I got to leave it in his hands. So, as the morning waxed on, all of a sudden, things started falling into place. And people started doing what they're supposed to do, and next thing I know, this thing looks like it's fixing to come to a conclusion. And the Lord spoke to me. Didn't I tell you I had it? I went, you know, Lord, the hardest thing to get you to believe is unbelief. And unbelief will tear you apart. So I'm looking back on this, and there are several occasions in the Bible, God says to the nation of Israel, stand back and see the salvation of God. You don't have a battle in this thing. I do. So God has got your back in whatever you're facing. You don't have to get frustrated, upset, angry. You don't have to go into a rant. Pray first. and take the word that I'm going to give you. And God says, stand back. You don't have to fight this battle. I am your salvation, and he's going to take care of it. And if you'll believe that, your life will start to have a semblance of peace. Isn't that wonderful? Because what God's going to do, he's going to work in people's hearts and make everything work out. It's not like we're fighting an enemy out there. We're fighting ourselves and our own unbelief. But if you'll just believe and believe, watch the salvation of God, you'll see it come to pass. God bless you guys, and go in peace. Love you. Bye.